Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're digging into the WolfPack Lite modular HDMI Matrix Switcher family. The source material comes via HDTV Supply, Inc. Our mission isn't just, listing specs. It's about understanding how this customizable tech really changes the game for AV planning.
Yeah, and it's interesting context here. This comes from HDTV Supply, Inc. They've been operating, 24 years now?
Right.
And they've got that exceptional top-quality store rated by Google Shopping Tag.
Yeah.
We should also note WolfPack and WolfPad are their trademarks.
Good point. So the big aha moment, the thing that really jumped out, is this core idea: build your own matrix.
Exactly.
It really shifts integrators away from those, older fixed port systems towards something much more tailored.
And that customization, it really starts with a scale.
Yeah.
The chassis uses a backplane design,
Okay.
which means you can spec out a system, say, as small as 8 by 8, or go absolutely huge, up to 160 inputs and 160 outputs.
160 by 160. Wow.
Yeah, it's infrastructure that can genuinely grow with the facility.
Scale's one thing, but reliability is everything, right? Especially in professional installs. How does this system handle, failures?
This is where that modular design really shines. And it changes the whole cost of ownership picture.
How so?
The system's built around these 4-port input and output cards, and crucially, they're hot pluggable.
Hot pluggable, okay.
So if a card fails, and things do fail, sometimes you're not yanking the entire matrix out. You just pull that one small, relatively inexpensive card.
Without powering down.
Without powering down, swap in a replacement. The total cost of ownership, the TCO, it really swings in favor of this modular approach compared to a fixed box.
That's a big deal. And these cards, they're up to spec, HDCP and all that.
Absolutely critical point. They are fully HDCP 2.3 and HDMI 2.0 compliant.
Which matters for newer sources like DirecTV or the latest Rokus. They can be picky.
Extremely picky. HDCP 2.3 is the latest copy protection. If your matrix doesn't support it, those new sources, they just won't play video. Simple as that.
It's future-proofing, basically.
It's essential future-proofing against content protection mandates.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about install challenges. Distance is always a factor. The sources mention this exclusive LHDT, long HDMI distance technology.
That's the one, LHDT.
It says it extends 1080p video up to 450 feet over standard CAT cable.
450 feet, that's quite a run.
It is a serious distance, and it works over standard CAT5E, CC6, or CT7 cable.
Does it need, perfectly terminated, super high-end cable for that?
Well, you definitely want quality cable. Good CAT6 or CAT7 is recommended for reliability at those distances. But the other big advantage here is PoE, power over Ethernet.
So the receivers at the display end don't need their own power adapters.
Exactly. That drastically simplifies the installation behind screens. Fewer cables, fewer points of failure out in the field. It's a huge plus for installers.
Okay, so distance handled. What about processing? I saw it mentions a built-in video wall processor.
Yes. And that's another significant feature. It basically eliminates the need for a separate, often expensive, external video wall processor.
How easy is it to set up? It supports drag and drop configuration, often via a tablet app. So setting up, say, a 2x2 or 3x3 wall is pretty quick.
Impressive.
And it even handles things like 180-degree image flipping, for those installs where TVs might be mounted upside down in a bezel configuration.
Right. And for the end user experience, switching speed matters. The sources cite, 80 to 100 milliseconds?
Yeah, around that mark, which translates to virtually seamless switching. No long black screens between sources.
And I noticed something about audio handling. Separate embedded and de-embedded audio?
Correct. Both input and output cards can offer 3.5mm analog audio ports for embedding audio onto the HDMI or de-embedding it off. Solves a lot of headaches and complex setup.
Okay, so you have this powerful, flexible hardware. How do you actually control it all?
They seem to have covered, pretty much all the bases. There's a huge control ecosystem.
Right.
Free apps for iPad, iPhone, Android, even Samsung Galaxy devices. Then you have the standard Web GUI accessible from any browser on the network.
Standard stuff too. Buttons, ports.
Yep. Front panel buttons for quick local switching, plus the essential RS-232 and TCP/IP ports for integration into larger control systems.
Which brings us to integration. Does it play nice with the big automation systems?
It does. They offer optional drivers for Crestron, Control 4, specifically mentioning two-way drivers for Control 4, which is important, RTI, and Elon.
So it's built to drop into high-end projects without needing tons of custom programming.
That seems to be the goal, yes. Smooth integration.
All right, let's try and wrap this up. What does all this mean for you, the listener, the integrator, the planner?
Well, it seems the WolfPack Lite offers a way to build a highly reliable, very feature-rich AV backbone. It tackles those common install issues like distance and control.
And significantly, it looks like it improves that long-term maintenance picture thanks to that modular hot-swappable card design.
Right.
And if you actually need to start planning a system like this, the process seems straightforward. On the HDTV Supply site, you scroll down, fill out a form for a quote.
Or just call them. Or just call them. The number is 833-TOSHFATPACK. That's 833-965-3722.
Okay, and to leave you with something to think about, here's a final provocative thought. Considering the system uses those hot-swappable four-port cards, instead of being one solid block, how does that architecture fundamentally change how you calculate labor costs and, maybe more importantly, the expected lifespan of the professional AV infrastructure you install? Is this modular approach really the future for matrix maintenance and longevity?